Hello everyone, my name is Caleb, and I go to school at Trinity Western University in Langley, British Columbia. I've been taking part in this project in my Gen B 131 class, or Global and Environmental Issues, where basically I need to calculate what my ecological footprint was and then narrow that down. Because when I did the calculations, it told me that I lived on 8.1 Earths, which is just absurd. And so I needed to narrow that down to as little as possible. I don't think I would be able to narrow it down to 1 Earth unless I'm like one of those super savers, but no way can I do that. So this is my project, and instead of us having to write up a final paper or write up a, I don't know, a PowerPoint or something, our teacher actually got us, or our professor actually got us to share this information out with this world in hopes that it reaches some people like you, so we could just help, so I could help you out and share what my experience was like. So when I took my test, I figured out that the main factor for me was driving, driving cars around. I love driving. We have a family of 7, and I do all of the shopping for, like, all the groceries. I'm the one to go get that. Rides to school and stuff like that. It falls onto me. So I did the math, and I'm driving about 300 kilometers a week, and that was a lot. 300 kilometers a week. So it's far more than your average. So I asked myself, how can I drive less, pretty much? And the conclusion I came to was I drive a lot locally, a lot of 5-minute drives. That was like half of my driving was just local drives to the grocery store, to, I don't know, get some fast food or something like that. And then the other big thing was me driving to school. Those were the two big factors. I couldn't really cut down my driving time to school. Well, I did actually, but that's later. But I wouldn't be able to eliminate it completely. Locally, I figured I could probably get rid of all my local driving. And that's where my one wheel comes into play. So, my one wheel was, this is what it looks like. And basically, it is a electric mobile machine that allows me to get around from place to place, traveling at 30 kilometers an hour, which is really fast. And the biggest part is it's electric, so it uses no gas. So my plan was to take this everywhere I go. So I figured I might as well save the world, go electric. This was my title towards this sort of project I had, and with this one wheel, that was how I could do it. So, my ecological footprint before this project, 8.2 Earths, not good. That was a tough one, and it was one of the highest in the class, so it was a little embarrassing. So I had to cut that down. It was crazy. Driving, I managed with this one wheel to completely cut my driving down by like 2/3, or like by like 66%. So that answers my first question, was how can I eliminate my driving? My second question was, how does my driving affect the world? And basically, when I was driving my car, the amount of CO2 that would be produced when I was driving my car was just a crazy amount. Like, 'So, when I would drive around 300 kilometers a week per week, I would give out 0.126 tons of CO2, which was just a crazy amount. I calculated that with just a CO2 calculator you could find online, and I need to know like what this does, and that amount of CO2. So let's say I drive that a week, and there's 52 weeks in a year. That would be 6.3 tons of carbon in an entire year. So that is a lot. With that amount of carbon dioxide, I was polluting to just polluting the air a lot. So that sort of answered my second question as to what driving really does to the environment. And then my third and final question was, how could I spread the awareness of this? And the answer to that was sort of through this YouTube video that I am giving you guys to, I'm sharing this with you. Those were my three questions that I need to have answered. After this, I managed to actually cut down to 3.7 Earths, which, no, that still isn't good, and that is still almost 4 Earths, but if you compare that to 8.2, I cut it down by more than half, which I'm very proud about. Another very simple thing I did, a light switch. Alright? A lot of you guys don't probably think this, but how often do you leave your lights on at home? Probably a lot, right? It is crazy how much power that you can save by just turning your lights off. Just implement power saving habits to reduce your energy around your house. That also cut down, I think I eliminated 1.75 of Earth by doing that. Now you're probably wondering how I got all this. It was pretty simple. I tracked my daily driving and daily electricity use just by putting in maps how much I drive to a week, and then adding all those kilometers up and then putting that in a CO2 calculator. And as of power, I just looked at our electrical bill before I started doing this and after I started doing this, and I was able to tell how much power I was actually saving. And then my eco footprint calculation, I used the personal one and the general one. You could find them online, and that told me how many Earths I was using. And I'm sharing my results by putting this out on YouTube for you guys all to see. This changed my lifestyle, riding a one wheel, and like I said, I actually managed to cut down carpooling to school, which the drive to school is about 40 kilometers, and I go there and back 4 times a week, so that was a lot of driving. This project made friends, helped me make friends. I actually met up with someone who lives in the same area I do, and we now drive to school together, which is crazy. We rotate weeks. Cut my time in half. That saved a lot of gas and CO2 emission from both of us. His name is Nathan, and we're actually really good friends now, which is amazing. That is sort of all my work I did. Save the world. Go electric. You don't even need a one wheel. You can use a bike. You could use your feet. You can walk around. And just turn off your lights every once in a while. Not even every once in a while. Just whenever you leave the house, turn off the lights. It's crazy how much money you will save on your electricity bill just by doing that. So in conclusion, I tracked my driving and energy used to identify areas where I could reduce my ecological footprint. I reduced my household power just around the house by turning the lights off. Small adjustment, big impact, right? So just this small thing that I did, just walking, just taking the one wheel, just turning my lights off, had a big impact. Can you imagine what it would be like if all of us did that? Like we could save so much power each year just by doing that. And now I'm encouraging you guys to create good habits. You know, don't be lazy. Don't take your car if it's a 1 minute walk away, you know? If you want Starbucks, just, you know, take that 10-15 minute walk. It'll be worth it in the long game. So once again, I'd like to acknowledge my Professor Offshun, and Nathan as well, my new friend I made carpooling, as well to my family, because I would turn the lights off all the time and sometimes they'd get annoyed about that. I have a list of references that I used throughout this. Here they are. And that's everything. Thank you. Maybe I'll see you guys.